Hello, my name's Gabe, and wait, hold on, that's better. This is my survival world. Today we're here in the sewers underneath spawn. This is the subway system. I'm surprised there's no rats anywhere because this place is a mess and it needs an overhaul, especially with some extra people that are now playing on the server. So it would be nice if newer people were able to find their way around the map to a lot of the different farms and areas without, having to call on me. They could have a nice map and use a subway to get from one place to the other. And I've actually been developing some really cool minecart terminals that craft up minecarts and stuff and spit them out so you never have to carry minecarts on you. This includes both terminal stations and inline stations, which is pretty cool. So if you're interested in that, we'll be going over that later in the video. And when I say new players on the server, I really just mean one. My friend Newton is over making a house. For some reason, decided to make it far away across an entire ocean. Look at that. That's. I'm not gonna be able to swim that far, but yeah, let's go pay Newton a visit. See what he's doing over there. All right, I'm here at Newton's house, and I have my F3 open. On the top left, you can see I've got 160 FPS, which is what I cap it at. Let's turn around real quick. What is this? It cut my FPS in half just looking at these stupid chickens. What are you ever going to use this many chickens for? Unbelievable. So anyway, time for a quick redstone lesson. Now, let's say you have a dispenser with chicken eggs in it. Well, if you take an output out of that dispenser into a block and then put a redstone dust on top and put that into another block, all we gotta do now is wrap that signal back around to the comparator. And now we have an infinitely firing dispenser. So the next thing we gotta do is do that same system down here so we can elevate eggs from down here up there and then have a minecart hopper pick up all the eggs to put into this bottom dropper. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But Newton's not on right now, so I might just go AFK here for a little bit and wait for him to show up. Oh my god, it's so laggy up here. What? There's so many chickens.
There's not that many.
There's a lot. This is a lot of chickens. Are you? God, I am getting like 20 FPS.
Chickens are nice. They're a nice addition.
There's 600 chickens in this thing. Oh, really?
No, like the people are buying from it. No.
There we go. The problem is solved. Oh, my FPS is back.
No.
Okay, so there's gonna be two. My idea is I have two lines, like an inward one and an outward one, and then let's travel parallel like that.
What happens if I just like combine them into one here?
Fine. Do whatever you want. if it's like this, then this is the inline, right? And this will always like go this way. And when you go out, it'll just always go this way. So don't even need any redstone. Easy.
There you go.
I'm stuck in a hole.
Perfect.
And so construction on the subway was underway. This was a really chill time, just took a couple of hours to dig out some long tunnels. We decided to go through the nether, and everything went pretty well. Newton was working on his terminal, and I worked on the terminal at spawn.
Why do I have so many eggs in my chest?
Because you have so many chickens, you have like thousands. There are like hundreds of chicken eggs, and my game was lagging.
I want a nice train platform. All I ever cared about is dirt.
I found lava. I have a lava. Alright, what letter or number do you want your line to be? I was thinking the L. It's like, dude,
L station.
what an L.
Okay.
And what color?
I want it to be on the white line.
White? You can't be white.
I've never seen a white line before.
Alright, fine. I'll make it a white line.
I don't like how the trains are going the wrong direction. You're traveling on the left side of the rail.
Oh, now you tell me that?
You're going the wrong way. Well, we can say this is the UK tram.
Well, no, because I've already started digging it up. Oh, there's a whole train station here. There it is. Nice. Here's some banners you can put up for the L line. All right, so now it's a boat. So if you get in the boat, we should be able to travel together.
That's starting to.
Okay, now we can take the boat. And then we go all the way down.
Oh my God.
Ow, 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 ow. What?
God! Are you kidding me?
You can only suffocate for a small amount of time this time.
Oh, I'm suffocating this time.
Oh, yeah, I'm not suffocating. There you go. Perfect.
Oh, I lived. I'm suffocating again.
It's alright, it's alright. We're going. Here we go.
Oh, it worked. Oh my God, it's that short of a ride to the nether.
Yeah, the nether is much shorter.
What? That was instant.
No longer do I have to travel over the frickin' ocean.
Like, how are you supposed to do a stop in between
There's
our
not
houses?
there's not gonna be any stop. In the between both of us is an ocean.
No, we're doing the port. Get off here.
I'll figure that out when it comes to it.
Once we build up the port, we'll make a bus connection instead.
Nice, nice. So this is the one. If you look this way, you can see this goes out east.
L East. Oh wow.
We have the outbound here on the side. Inbound, it's kind of hard to get to the inbound. You have to go jump the tracks a little bit.
Cross the tracks.
This is spawn station. If you look behind you, you can see that the subway lines.
Oh, the L and the 1.
Yeah.
Wait, where's the map though? I don't know. I usually look at a subway map that tells me like the line and
That's
then all
true.
the stops.
That is true. You could like go out into the ocean somewhere and like actually like fill in
Just draw
the entire map. It's a lot of blocks to place.
I mean, how many chunks is a map?
I don't know how this happened. It's like 1 in the morning, but somehow we decided to go build a map in the ocean. We're placing 16,384 blocks for something that's going to be literally 1 block large in the world. Ah! There were 3 of them. I think some of my stuff did explode. Can't find my boots. I can't find my pants.
Oh no.
How did that happen? I lost my silk touch pickaxe. I lost my netherite axe.
That creeper did so much damage.
Unbelievable. All this was for 1 block. A 1 block large photo.
But it's a 128p picture.
And finally, Newton is gone. Good riddance. Yeah, so the L line is now complete. I've added quite a few more stops and some extra technology to the train stations. But here we are at spawn, and the map has gotten bigger. Man, I can't believe we actually built the entire map. Someone left the crafting table there, but I'm too lazy to go fix it. So the subway goes quite far now, and I've got some really cool redstone tech that allows me to use the subway without ever having to have a minecart in my inventory. For the terminals, when you're coming in to the last stop, you'll get kicked out and your minecart will actually get swallowed up and stored so that it can be used again on the outbound line. And if there aren't any minecarts in storage, it will craft new ones, which is a pretty nifty situation. And now to request your stop, when you get close, there will be these note blocks which you can hit, and that will route you over to the correct station. at Newton stop, which is the end of the line, minecarts get swallowed up and then get stored the same way as the other terminals, although Newton's is a bit special because it's only one line instead of two. And once again, when you take a minecart out, it gets replaced immediately and we can continue on our way. And this is an interesting track because we actually go back into the overworld and it goes through. We can stop at the stronghold by pressing this button. And when we do that, it activates an activator rail and swallows our minecart, which is pretty nice. And then if we want to keep going, we can get in this minecart here and then click the button a second time to launch us forward. And that's a little bit jank, but I like that it's all in line and stuff like that. But I've already made some improvements to that design, which I might show later in the video. And finally, here we are at the end of the line industrial district, all the way over here. And now we can get from one side of the world to the other in about 2 minutes, which is pretty nice. I've also extended the one line, which goes to my base, and it also goes all the way to an iron farm, which is very far away. And now the part you may or may not have been asking for, I really want to show you the redstone, because the thought process was pretty funny and confusing. But the core functionality that I wanted is this. Being able to, of course, to press a button to launch yourself, and then have that minecart slot reload. But it's a little more challenging than you might think, because if we have a button here, this block has to be a solid block, and this dispenser below it will get powered because of QC, meaning that the dispenser will dispense a second minecart out immediately. And I want to have one resting here so a player can get into it and not have to worry about spamming to get into a minecart. So instead we have the button over here and then a long green line which powers the dispenser after a short delay. And the reason it's so long is just so we can fit some other redstone under there that we'll get to later. But then to power the minecart, we can actually use a second rail under the ground, which gets powered through this block over there, which is pretty cool. Next, how do we handle incoming minecarts? We can use some cool magic to suck up the minecart and put it into a hopper. And these machines are really fun. What's happening is that this chain is aligning the minecart so it's falling in between these two blocks. It's snapping onto this rail, but part of it is in the lava so it pops and then it gets sucked up by the hoppers underneath. And then we have a blue line, which is just an item elevator, which is bringing those destroyed minecarts back up to the dispenser on the outgoing side. But of course, there might be a case where we have more outgoing minecarts than incoming minecarts, so the inventory will slowly run out. Which is why I've added this orange line, which is a crafter. And that will hold a lot of iron ingots, which will be able to craft a lot more carts. And it'll basically craft a cart every single time this button is pressed. But in the case that we have a lot of incoming minecarts, then we'll actually have an overflow eventually. So I have this overflow protection at the side now, which is reading the fullness of this hopper. And if it has more than 2 minecarts in it, it'll unlock this bottom hopper, sucking one out, and that will go into storage. But if we click this button and it crafts one every time, then it's not using all the minecarts that are in storage. So now we have an AND gate. When that button is pressed, it will use a minecart from storage if one exists, otherwise it will craft a new one. And finally, if the overflow continues to fill up, then anything past this double chest will get dispensed into a cactus and deleted permanently. And finally, this thing has all the features I want, but as you can see, it's a bit of redstone spaghetti. Which is why I then spent several hours compacting it into this tiny 5-wide system that is pretty small and uses a lot of cool tricks, such as the fact that minecarts can go through mud. And I've also made some improvements to the inline stations that I actually haven't implemented yet, but I'm excited to do this for further stations. I think it might be a bit better. It still requires the same amount of human inputs, but actually maybe less. So if we want to call a minecart, we just press that button and then we're good. We can get into it. But if there's no player in the minecart, it will get sucked up and it will get detected and go back into the system, which is pretty cool. And that means when you're coming onto the line, you no longer have to try and hit a note block. All you have to do when you see your station is get out of the minecart, and the system will handle that for you. And this works because we can detect if a player is sitting in the minecart with a piece of string. The minecart itself does not go through the string, but obviously if there's a player, then it'll detect that there's a player in the minecart, and as you see over there, that rail will switch. And that is the beauty of minecarts in Minecraft. As far as player transportation goes, I think this is a cool modern twist on a classic. And if you want to learn how to build this, make sure you subscribe because I will be doing a tutorial in the coming weeks. And besides that, I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.
I hear more zombies. Oh my, oh my!
If you want, you can join my department.
Ah! 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 No, 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 just kill me! Ow! Okay. Let me know when that problem has been fixed.